Are you a gamer looking for new games to play? Or are you simply interested in the gaming industry? Either way, it's important to know which gaming companies to avoid. The video game industry has seen its fair share of controversy and poor business practices, but there are some worse gaming companies that are consistently bad. In this video, we'll be taking a closer look at the 10 worst gaming companies in the industry. From poor game design to shady business practices. Number 1. Electronic Arts. Electronic Arts, also known as EA, is a multinational video game publisher and developer. It is, nevertheless, one of the most divisive. Microtransactions, where players may spend real money on in-game currency, have been a point of contention between gamers and EA. As a result, some have said that the corporation cares more about making money than making good games. Players have complained that flaws and malfunctions that should have been resolved before release were not, hence EA has been accused of delivering incomplete games. The 2013 release of SimCity is one of the most prominent cases in point, since it was marred by server difficulties that rendered the game unusable for many users. Number 2. Activision Blizzard. Another contentious and powerful company in the game business is Activision Blizzard. Overwork, inadequate pay, and terrible working conditions have been cited as examples of the company's alleged mistreatment of its workers. Despite having a record year financially, the company still had to lay off around 800 workers in 2019. Microtransactions have been attacked for their presence in Call of Duty, Activision Blizzard's most successful game. The loot box system, in which players may spend real money on boxes that contain random in-game objects, has been compared to gambling. Number 3. Konami. The history of the Japanese video game developer Konami dates back to the 1960s. Recently, though, the corporation has been criticized for focusing less on video games and more on pachinko machines. The cancellation of Silent Hills, a highly anticipated horror game being created by director Guillermo del Toro and game creator Hideo Kojima, is one of the company's most prominent disputes. The cancellation was devastating to the horror gaming community and to Konami's standing in the industry. Number 4. Ubisoft. The French video game developer Ubisoft is responsible for blockbuster franchises like the Assassin's Creed games. However, there have been claims made against the business, including allegations of sexual harassment and discrimination. There was a major leadership change at the corporation in 2020 when many high-ranking executives were accused of misbehavior. Since then, the corporation has made many adjustments to its culture and policies in an effort to eliminate discrimination and harassment from the workplace. But there are those who say the company isn't doing enough. They say the changes don't go far enough. Number 5. Bethesda Softworks. Bethesda Softworks is an American video game company known for creating the popular Elder Scrolls and Fallout series. However, the company has been criticized for releasing buggy and unfinished games, such as the 2018 release of Fallout 76. The game was riddled with bugs and glitches, with some players reporting that the game was virtually unplayable at launch. Bethesda has also been accused of being too reliant on its modding community to fix its games. The company has a history of releasing modding tools for its games, which allow players to create their own content. However, some have argued that Bethesda relies too heavily on modders to fix bugs and improve the game's overall quality. Number 6. Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. The popular Batman Arkham series was published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment, a division of Warner Bros. Entertainment. The business has taken some heat for the loot boxes and microtransactions seen in its games, most notably Middle-earth, Shadow of War. Some players felt the game's war chest system amounted to pay-to-win because it incentivized them to invest real money in the game in exchange for in-game benefits. Number 7. Zynga. Casual games like Farmville and Words with Friends were developed by Zynga, an American video game developer. There have been complaints about the company's pushy monetization strategies, such as having gamers wait for long periods of time before they can play again unless they pay real money for in-game products. The firm has also been accused of plagiarizing other games, such as The Ville, 2012, which was considered as a knockoff of The Sims. Number 8. Microsoft Studios. Microsoft Studios is a division of Microsoft Corporation that publishes video games including the Halo series. The corporation has been criticized for failing to innovate and for being too dependent on a small number of successful brands. There are others who feel Microsoft Studios is coasting on its present success and isn't willing to take any more chances in order to advance the industry. Number 9. Rockstar Games. The American video game developer Rockstar Games is famous for their work on the Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption franchises. Employees have complained of being overworked, paid poorly, and subjected to unsafe circumstances at this organization. Some employees have claimed that they were forced to work overtime without compensation, and the company has been accused of creating a hostile work environment. Number 10. Sega. Sega is a Japanese video game company that was founded in the 1940s and has been in business ever since. In spite of this, the studio has been going through a rough patch over the last several years, with many of its games failing to achieve economic or critical success. The corporation has also been called out for its inability to innovate and for its excessive reliance on well-known brands, such as Sonic the Hedgehog. These are also criticisms that have been leveled against the company. Conclusion. While there are many great gaming companies out there, there are also those that have made poor decisions and released bad games, causing frustration and disappointment for gamers. The 10 worst gaming companies listed in this article have all made significant missteps in recent years, ranging from poor business practices to releasing games that were riddled with bugs and glitches. As gamers, it's important to hold gaming companies accountable and support those that prioritize player satisfaction over profits. Remember, before purchasing a game or supporting a gaming company, do your research and make informed decisions to avoid supporting those who put profits over player satisfaction.